What is going on, everybody? Preseason week 3 for the Dolphins. One more game, one more final little tune-up before we kick things off for the season. I am freaking pumped up. You got the boys starting today. You got Tua starting today. I see Darren Waller in uniform. It'll be pretty interesting to see how the Dolphins come out and play this final preseason game. I'm freaking pumped up. I'm excited, man. We're one step closer to the real freaking deal. Listen, let me know who you guys are excited to see, man. Let me know who you guys are looking out specifically for. We got a lot of battles. Those of you guys that are watching the game on NFL Network, that's how I'm going to be watching this game. Right now, they are finishing up the Green Bay game and the Seattle game before they put our boys on the screen. I'm excited. Let's see how it shapes out, man. Pass rush is something that I'm keeping an eye on. That's something that I'm definitely super geeked about. Obviously, you got guys like McClendon fighting for a spot, Grayson Murphy fighting for a spot. You got Cameron Good out there. It's going to be an interesting battle. But, man, I'm freaking stoked. I'm excited. So, it looks like this Green Bay game is wrapping up, thank God. Let me just make sure Darren Waller. So, he did suit up, and I guess he expected to play? I'm not sure. So, that remains to be seen. It looks like not, according to a couple folks on Twitter. But expect a lot of Zach Wilson today. I'm honestly, I know a lot of people they want to see Quinn Ewers be that quarterback too, man. But I think Zach Wilson is probably the better option right now, man. Long term, don't get me wrong. I think Quinn Ewers is the guy, and that's probably going to be the case long term. But for right now, man, I'd rather go with an experienced guy. And obviously, Zach Wilson had a bad game the first game. I get it. Second game was a little bit better. But he's a vet, man. He's a little bit of a vet. He's a young vet, and I trust him out there. So I want to see a lot more from him, man. I want to see him get rid of the football, man. Stop being Zach Wilson. Stop taking sacks, man. Show us what you can do. I expect him to make quicker decisions today, but I'm really taking a look at that because it looks like this team is going to move forward with Zach as quarterback too. So if Zach is going to be quarterback too, we know our injury history with Tua. So we definitely need Mr. Zach Wilson to put on a show. Man, I'm freaking pumped up. I'm fired up. Man. Football is back. I'm ready to get this game started, though. Other guys I'm keeping an eye on, man. Like I mentioned, McClendon, I think he's had a strong camp. I hope he makes the team. But, man, you're talking about a crowded freaking pass rushing group, man. Chop Robinson, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Matthew Judon. Does Kamara make the team? Grayson Murphy, does he make the team? It's going to be interesting, man. Quentin Bell. Shout out to Quentin Bell, man. The linebacker, I mean, man, look at that. Willie Gay Jr. This is a guy that had a strong camp to start, but I haven't really heard much of Willie Gay. He better show the hell up tonight. I'll tell you that much. Mike Hilton, listen, cornerback room, right? I mean, how long have we been talking about the cornerback room? That's something we need to keep an eye on today. Jason Marshall apparently becoming a better cornerback as of late. They have him guarding the nickel position. I want to see how that goes tonight. Definitely. And for the rest of the guys, listen, whoever shows the hell up is gonna be very telling, man. And it goes straight up like this. If the Dolphins win tonight, that means we're going to end up with 12 wins this year. And if we lose, we'll end up with 3. So Don't say preseason doesn't count. Preseason definitely counts, man. So the boys are getting ready to start off. I'm fired up. I'm excited that this game is at home too, man. In front of your home crowd. Try to get some reps in. Try to get on the same page. Hopefully a first drive touchdown from Tua. That's what I definitely want to see. That's for damn sure. Want to see that. And then have Zach Wilson put on a strong performance. I want to see Ollie Gordon do his thing. Obviously, that's another big conversation. Devon Achane out with an injury. And Jalen Wright went down with an injury earlier. Who is going to fill the hole in the running back room? So, Ollie Gordon, we're looking at you tonight. So it looks like Jack Jones and Storm Duck will get the first run at cornerback. So keep an eye out on that. Jack Jones, remember, a guy who's been gambling as of late, got toasted by Brian Robinson, got toasted by Amon-Ra St. Brown throughout the offseason. So let's see what he can do. Let's see some other news if we got before we start up. So Jaguars won the toss. So yeah, Dolphins defense. No Kenneth Grant, no Jordan Brooks. Okay, so keep an eye out on that. But still, all the other guys, looks like we're going to get the ones starting, which is definitely freaking exciting to see. I'm fired up. Fired up. Man, really wish we saw Tyreek Hill tonight, though. But listen, it's an oblique injury. You want to keep that safe. I don't know if he's going to go ahead and play week 1. That status is probably up in the air as of now. I mean, he hasn't played at all or practiced in quite some damn time. So that's something to keep an eye on. But preseason football. Let's get it. Let's get it going, man. Start this thing off. As I mentioned earlier, let me know who you guys are keeping an eye out and who are you guys mostly excited. Who do you want to see to make the team? Who do you think is gone? Offensive line definitely needs to have a nice, strong outing today. I'll tell you that much. Definitely needs to have a strong outing, especially those backups. Looking at Larry Borum. Definitely looking at him. Keon Smith. Meyer. Definitely want to see how that goes for them. For sure. For sure. But let's start this thing off. I'm watching on NFL Network over here on this side of my screen. So that is why if you guys see me looking over this side, that is what's going on. So Dolphins about to kick off to the Jaguars. Jaguars are receiving first. Jacksonville is a team that is trying to rebuild, trying to build something now. New GM, new head coach, Liam Cohen over there. They got a running back that they drafted that they're very high on. Last name Tuin out there. So probably going to have a big game. And the return goes just short of the 30. And here comes the first team defense for the Dolphins. Let's go. Start this off with a 3 and out. Started off with a 3 and out. Let's go. So no Trevor Lawrence for Jacksonville. A lot of the starters are out for the Jaguars, but still. Got Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, both out on the field. Zach Sealer. Oh, big pressure. Chop Robinson with a sack to start the game. Oh, my God. That's how you start it. Woo. Ooh, boy. Listen, I can see a lot of that. You got Bradley Chubb, all constant pressure, Jalen Phillips, and Chop Robinson. All 3 of them boys out. And they were all over there. Chop Robinson ultimately gets the sack, but Phillips and Chubbs were right there, man. All 3 of them. Jesus, that pass rush is going to be scary. That was interesting to see all of them 3 together. So 2nd and 19 after the sack. And And looks like we got a flag. I think that's on Miami or... Oh, false start on the offense. So look at that. The Dolphins defense showed a lot of pressure right there, right before they snapped the ball, and it caused the offensive line to kind of jump a little bit. Got scared. Boys get scared, man. Going against Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, after giving up a sack. Damn right them boys scared. Let's go. 2nd and 24 for the Jaguars. No Chop Robinson for this snap, but you got Jalen Phillips out there. Here we go. More pressure again. Little wide receiver screen. Oh, got too much yardage for my liking. 8-yard screen there for the Jaguars, but pressure was there by Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb yet again. Damn, that front looks scary. They got a 3rd and 14 here for the Jags. And, oh, you can't give that up. A quarterback run for a first down on 3rd and 14. About a 15-yard gain. Definitely don't like to see that. Went right through the middle. Got good pressure on the outside, but he got that hole right in the middle and just can't allow that. Oh, they just backed him up. Apparently it's 4th down. So 4th and 1. Apparently he was just short. But still, can't give up that, right? We don't want to be a team that is bringing constant pressure on the outside and can't. We don't want to let quarterbacks evade the pressure, right? Especially when we're in a division with freaking Josh Allen. Definitely don't want to give that up. So 4th and 1 here for the boys. And quarterback sneak. And they got it. So 1st down for the Jaguars. But a lot of these guys are out there, man. I see all of these starters. Majority of the starters are out there, except for, I believe, Jordan Brooks on the defensive side. Because I see Minka in there. I mentioned Jack Jones earlier. Dodson is there. Willie Gay is there. Yep. So looks like Kenneth Grant and Jordan Brooks are the only ones out. 1st and 10 here for the Jaguars at the 40-yard line. And at 1st and 10, incomplete pass. Just a bad throw by Jacksonville, though. Bad throw. Bad throw. Bad throw. Let's put the score and quarter up on the screen. Let's see who you got there. Jordan Phillips is out there. Rookie for the Dolphins. Next to Sealer in the inside. And, Bradley Chubb all over it. A tackle for a loss. They try to go with a nice little running back. Little dive up the middle, and Chubb was all over that. Tackle for a loss. He lost 1 yard on that. I mean, dang. Hey, Chubb looks good. Early on, I will say Chubb looks pretty damn good, man. Remember, he's a guy who missed the season, coming back from major injuries, man. Tore his ACL, and man, he's bringing constant pressure. He looks fired up. Bringing constant pressure. 3rd and 11 here. Got to get a 3rd down stop here. Got to get a 3rd down stop. And nice. Incomplete pass. Pressure was on there again from Jalen Phillips and Chubb, leading to an incompletion. Jaguars got scared. He felt the pressure. That quarterback felt the pressure and was scared, man. Good pressure by both Chubb and Phillips. I keep saying Chop and Chubb. I got to get that figured out before the season. It's preseason for me too, folks. So Jaguars will punt, and Malik Washington recovers it, and a nice little return there to the 22-yard line. Dolphins are going left to right. So Malik Washington with a nice little 11-yard return. A little bit more maybe. Nice moves out there. And here comes the Dolphins offense after the commercial break. Damn. Feels good to have football back. I'm freaking pumped up. Even though it's preseason, man. Seeing a lot of our ones out there get to work. So my thoughts on that first drive. Constant pressure. Bradley Chubb, like I mentioned earlier, he looks good. Jalen Phillips looked good. I mean, the fact that the Dolphins started the game with Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, and Bradley Chubb, and got a Chop Robinson sack, that's something I didn't think we were going to get to see. You know, normally you got two of those guys out there at a time, right? You kind of pick your poison. But you had three. That Anthony Weaver, man, I'm telling you. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve that I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of, especially this season. Haven't even mentioned Matthew Judon. I didn't see him out there yet. I'm not sure if he's going to be playing, but that's another little secret little wrinkle that we could throw out there, man. So it's going to be pretty damn exciting to watch that. Jordan Phillips is a rookie. He was out there. He got some snaps. I did see Benito Jones out there. Zach Sealer doing what he does, taking on doubles. But takeaways, I would say, Bradley Chubb, Anthony Weaver dialing it up. But that third and long, definitely don't want to give up that, letting a quarterback, especially at this caliber, sneak the ball for 12, 13 yards. It's a scrub. I mean, we're in a division with Josh Allen, so we definitely want to clean that up. Definitely want to clean that up. No penalties. That's a good sign. And let's see what the Dolphins offense can do. Let's go. So Tua is out there. No Tyreek Hill, as I mentioned earlier. Out with the oblique. Definitely don't want to mess around with that. So this is Tua's second preseason game. He played the first one, sat out the second one, and he's getting some reps here in the third. So first play, Dolphins going left to right at about the 23-yard line. Play action to Malik Washington, and he gets a nice little 11-yard gain. There's a flag on the play. I hope that's not on us. It was a nice wide receiver screen of Malik Washington for 11-yard gain. Quick decision from Tua. Definitely love the burst out of Malik Washington there. First down and more, but there is a flag. And it's an eligible receiver on Jonah Savainaya, which is our rookie. Definitely don't like to see that. Got to clean that up, man. Ineligible man downfield. Yep, that's on Jonah. He's got to clean that up. I know you're a rookie, man, but you got to clean that up. Penalties will kill you. How many times have we said that before for this Dolphins team? So now it's 1st and 15. So bring that right back. Does not count. And, so Tua drop back, try to go with a quick little screen to Ollie Gordon, but it was almost picked off by the pressure of the Jaguars. So a little shaky start through two plays. But what's Dolphins football without a shaky start, right? Let's see. Hopefully we get Waddle going. Let's 2nd and 15 at the 18. Tua drops back, hits Malik Washington. Oh, man, breaks a tackle. Woo. 9 yards there for Malik Washington. That sets up a little third and medium. So Tua looking at Malik Washington's way twice. And he's really been connecting with Malik lately. You've heard him throwing a lot to him in training camp, and also in that first preseason game, he had a good rapport with him. So that's nice to see for young Malik Washington. So 3rd and 6 here. for the Finns. See what they do. Tua drops back. And yeah, pressure was all over there. Terrible job from the offensive line. Tua gets sacked, and it is 4th down. Definitely don't like to see that. And man, that was terrible. That was terrible. I mean, Larry Borum looks lost. Not even picking up anybody on that sack, and Tua's just, scrambling for his life there. But ultimately gets sacked. And also, hey, remember, Tua's got that concussion history. So definitely don't want to see Tua taking hits, especially in the preseason. That has to be the number one goal for the offense, right? Keep Tua clean. And they cannot do that. So Tua gets sacked. Dolphins punt the ball all the way back to the Jaguars. Jaguars have it now, and see what this defense does. But damn, man. Objective number 1. Keep Tua clean on a preseason game, and the Dolphins can't do that. It is a big-time shame. And I mentioned Larry Borum. He's on the right side. All right, and that's going to be normally where Austin Jackson will be playing. He's not playing in this game. Hasn't played. He's been dealing with an injury, but Mike McDaniel says that he'll be back week 1. So let me try to take a breath and try to understand that it might not happen week 1. But damn it, it's preseason, and I want my damn quarterback kept clean. Come on now. Come on. He's already high risk for a concussion, any hit he takes. And you got him out here taking hits in a preseason game against the Jaguars' 2nd and 3rd stringers. Not good. I will say Malik Washington, though. Tua and Malik Washington seem to be building something together. I like that. I think the sky's the limit for Malik Washington. I really think he can be a nice little player, man, especially running out of the slot. He's made people miss. He can return punts. So Waddle was out there, didn't get a target. But then again, like I mentioned, man, offensive line. You got a penalty on our 2nd-round pick, which is Jonas Avainaya on the offensive line. And then you have the offensive line giving up a sack to Tua on 3rd down. So same old story. Offensive line trouble for the Dolphins. Shout out to Gianni on the chat. Gianni on the chat. Salute Trey Tyreek. Oof, man. See, it's an unfortunate situation with Tyreek, man. Tyreek is so good. Hell of a player. I mean, if we're talking about from a standpoint of you want this team to get to the playoffs and win a playoff game, it has to be with Tyreek Hill. But man, what he did last year, man, giving up on his team, talking smack to the media about his team, saying trade me, I want to be somewhere else, left a bad taste on plenty of people's mouths, I will say. So it's a little bit of a sticky situation. It's like, what do you value? Because Tyreek is the best player on the football team. Has a big mouth, but he is the best player. And for the Dolphins to do what they want to do, they're going to need Tyreek, and he opens it up for a lot of people. So Dolphins defense is back out there, and Jaguars are going right to left. And, about a 5-yard completion for the Jaguars. Chop Robinson still out there. Jack Jones. A lot of our guys are still out there. A lot of our first teamers. But, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Jason Marshall kind of got in the mix. So, like I mentioned, our rookie, Jason Marshall, is a cornerback. That's a guy who's been developing in training camp, and they're going to have him playing the nickel this season if things go well. So I'm keeping an eye on him. Jaguars running the ball right up the middle for a 1st down and more. Definitely don't like that. But I'm keeping an eye on these cornerbacks. Especially with this last final tune-up here. So Jason Marshall Jr. never has played guard in the nickel, but that's what they're asking him to do. So it'll be interesting to see how he does, especially this game. So 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at the 39-yard line. Chop Robinson is out there bringing pressure. And again, quarterback steps up and runs up the middle for a 1st down for a gain of 10. That's the 2nd time it's happened. You're generating pressure from the outside. This time it looked like it was Phillips and definitely Chop Robinson. And quarterback is stepping up and going right up the middle. Oh, no, that was no, that wasn't well, that was Chop and somebody else out there. And Judon. So you had Judon out on there, both providing pressure. And Jaguars quarterback here, backup quarterback, gets a 1st down run. So 2nd time giving up a 10-yard run to the quarterback. Not liking what I'm seeing so far, boys. Ladies and gentlemen. So the Dolphins giving up another big run. This time it was on an end around to the wide receiver. Little trickery for about a gain of 8 yards. So now that'll set up 2nd and 2 for the Jaguars. And they are... No, 2nd and 4, excuse me. But they're almost in field goal range. And they have a damn kicker that can hit from 70 this preseason. Cam Little is his name. So Jaguars hand off to their running back for a gain of 3. So 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 at about the 41-yard line. 1st down right here will probably set up at least a field goal for the Jaguars. But if you get a stop, it'll make things interesting. So 3rd and 1. Let's see how the Dolphins approach this one. Let's get a stop here, boys. Let's get a stop. That would be huge. 3rd and 1 stop right outside of field goal range. That would be huge. Oh, high snap. High snap. The ball is loose. And wow. Dolphins will down them, and it is a high snap. So a huge mistake from the Jaguar center. Oh, my goodness. Snap that ball way over the quarterback's head, and the Dolphins are just going to down them over there and set up a punt. So the Dolphins defense, bend, don't break. Giving up a couple mistakes here, but 0 on the scoreboard. So you got to take it. Malik Washington trying to get a little spicy on another return. Gets you something out of nothing, about like 15 yards. And their Dolphins are about to take over about the 20. And Tua is coming out for another series. So let's see how they can bounce back. Hopefully get a nice touchdown. Didn't like the way the first one ended. So let's see if the boys can get a touchdown. So that defensive series was, I'm going to say, not as impressive as the first one. You gave up another 10-yard run to the quarterback. I think the pressure from the outside is there. I mean, I'm totally pleased what I'm seeing from that front. But that inside, man, can't have quarterbacks stepping up inside so easily and tucking and running for a 1st down. Let alone a backup quarterback, folks. Let alone a backup. Got to clean that up. Season record projection. Man, you know what? I usually do that right before the season. I usually probably would have done it by now, man. But honestly, this one is hard to read than previous years. This season is super, super hard to read than previous years, man. I'm definitely going to tell you that. I just don't know. There's so many ifs with this Dolphins football team. Things can go so many different ways. They can go from so many question marks, man. It's like, are you going to keep Tyreek Hill the whole season? Are you going to trade him? Is Tyreek Hill going to cause drama if we go on a 3-game losing streak? Is Mike McDaniel going to be a better coach? Is Tua going to get concussed? Is Tua going to stay healthy? You know, that's a lot of, those are big question marks. Are the Dolphins going to be able to run the football? Is the offensive line going to stay healthy? Because as I mentioned, I mean, this first team offensive line is already shaky. Imagine if you go to the second stringers. And those second string linemen are bad from what I've been hearing out of training camp. So the Dolphin season could it could honestly go anywhere from 6 wins up to 10. Somewhere in that bubble. This team can win 6 games, but this team can win 10. If this team can run the ball effectively, Tua stays out there on the field, Tyreek stays out there, you don't have injuries to the offensive line, this team could win 10, 11 games. But, I mean, injuries are part of the game, man. I really don't know. I'm kind of on a week-to-week basis with this football team. So Tua's coming back out there. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Dolphins going left to right. Ball at the 19. Tua hands off to Ollie Gordon. He runs to the left. Ooh. With a nice 5-yard gain. So Ollie Gordon running to the left on 1st and 10 for a nice little 5-yard gain. And listen, if you guys have been tuning in and listening to what I've been saying, the Dolphins have had success running specifically to the left side. All right, where you got Patrick Paul, that tank out there kind of blocking for you. All right, so the Dolphins have had success running to the left side as opposed to the right. So nice 5-yard gain from Ollie Gordon, and I expect big things from him. 2nd and 5 for the Fins. Tua under center still. Waddle still out there. Low snap, but Tua gets it. Steps up, looking for his reads, and he gets sacked again. 2nd sack allowed by the Dolphins offensive line, and Tua goes down yet again. Tua looks completely frustrated. I mean, I'm frustrated. I'm sure the fans are frustrated out there. And it was number 78, which is the guy we just signed, James Daniel, who gave up the sack. I mean, we pay you big money to come help this offensive line. You're the veteran on the squad, and you're giving up a sack. So Tua now has been sacked twice early on. 3rd and 10 here for the Dolphins after that sack. Tua has the ball, looking for his first read, and miscommunication. And the pass is incomplete. So 3 and out for the Fins on the second series for the Dolphins. He was trying to hit Tanner Connor, and it looks like the ball was actually tipped. So the Dolphins will now punt. So that's two series that Tua gets. He gets sacked once on each, and no first downs to show for. Now we're punting it away. Jaguars have the ball now at about the 25-yard line, going right to left. Our punter looks good. If you want anything good to hear, our punter looks good. But damn, man, this offensive line, yeah, that was 78. 78, James Daniels. That is, yeah, James Daniels. Giving up the sack, a guy who we spend big money on to come here and kind of solidify that offensive line. Hey, listen, I was scared if this backup offensive line was playing and with Tua out there. Now we got our starters out there, not even providing some good stuff on tape. Got to clean that up, man. Could you just imagine if Tua gets hurt on a preseason game? See, this is where now you're in a sticky situation. You got 2 series, you go 3 and out. You've been sacked twice. You haven't even picked up a first down. The play looks awful, but you're in preseason. It's like, do you go back out there for a 3rd series because you're so desperate to try to, get some momentum? Or do you take this L and not risk an injury? That remains to be seen. What Mike McDaniel and Tua will do with the 3rd series. I don't know if Tua goes back out there. It might be just failed. Terrible Terrible, especially at home, man. Terrible. So 78 gave up the sack. Let me jot that down. So it was Larry Borum first, not picking up anybody. And James Daniels. Terrible. So not good. Not good. Still in the first quarter, though. And still 0-0 ball game. I want to see the 2023 Dolphins back again. Listen, man. All of us want to see that damn team back again. I mean, what they were able to do was so spectacular with all those cheap motions, how Tyreek was going crazy, Waddle was going crazy, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. Dolphins definitely need to get back to that offensive-wise, like you mentioned. We all want that. So the Jaguars take over, as I mentioned, 1st and 10, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. You got a flag on the play. Wolford, which is the quarterback, sneaks for about 3-yard gain, but let's see the penalty. Think it's on the Jaguars offense. Don't think that was on us. I didn't see us jump at all. Yep. Penalty on the Jaguars. So replay first down on that. Oh, illegal use of hands. Yep. Offensive lineman for the Jaguars. So that backs him up. Replay that first down. So now it's 1st and 20. 1st and 20 for the Fins. Bradley Chubb still out there. So the Dolphins seem to probably ride with these starters the entire first quarter. So 2nd and 20 here. Jalen Phillips is out there as well. And a wide receiver screen for about a 9-yard gain for the Jaguars. Hey, listen, I'll tell you something. The Jaguars are making quick decisions. I will say the pressure is definitely getting home for the Dolphins, especially with Chubb and Phillips. But the Jaguars are quarterback stepping up and running, and he's also delivering, some quick throws. So we'll see how that goes over the course of the night. So 2nd and 10 for the Jags. And they run it for about 1 yard. KJ Britt with the tackle. Yeah, so you got Willie Gay out there still. You got rookie Jason Marshall that we mentioned playing cornerback still out there. You got Jalen Phillips out there. Rookie Jordan Phil. A couple of our rookies are out there, which is good. A couple of our rookies are out there. Dickerson is in there as well. Oh, that's got to be a hold. Oh, but pressure. Bradley Chubb with the sack and Jalen Phillips with a 3rd down sack. Listen, I've been mentioning about that pressure, man. This is going to be the key to success for this Miami Dolphins football team, man. These guys do not disappoint. My goodness. Phillips brings pressure, and then Chubb and Phillips both get credit for the sack. That's got to be half a sack for each. Woo. On 3rd down. So the Jaguars are punting it, but boy, Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb bringing the pressure again, combining for a sack. Both of them. Boy, oh boy. Hey, man. I miss seeing Bradley Chubb out there, man. Those of you guys that are watching that have been listening to me for years, you guys know how I feel about Bradley Chubb. A guy who has been, a player that I've been very high on since we acquired him. I've been saying, Bradley Chubb, we need you. I believe in you. He's let us down. But listen, man, guy's a stud. Coming back from injury, he works hard. And I really hope the best for him. I'll tell you that. But he looks freaking good. So far, he's winning he gets my A grade so far. He's been doing this all game. So Tua is coming back out. You got 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Tua is out there, 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. Let's see. Go for a third series. Can't go into the season playing horrible. Look, it looks like that's what Mike McDaniel's going to do. I don't mind it, but let's just hope we don't give up a sack again, please. He's already been sacked twice. All right, so 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Tua is coming back out for a third series. The ball is at the 39-yard line. Dolphins going left to right. Malik Washington in motion. Tua drops back, looks his way, but he gets Waddle for a nice little 8 to 9 yard gain. Very nice. Quick decision on a slant there. We mentioned, listen, Tua and Waddle really have been connecting more than before this training camp. So nice to see that. So it was actually a nice little curl route from Jalen Waddle. 8 yard gain. So now 2nd and 2, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So nice completion of Waddle. Tua to Waddle. So Tua hands off on 2nd and 2 to Ollie Gordon. He gets the first down. Nice little 3 yard gain. Oh, now he's limping. Oh, man. And he's shaking his head and he's limping. And he is going out to the sideline. Jesus Christ, man. You can't make this up. Already down Devon Achane. Jalen Wright gets hurt. So now we're calling our rookie as the third string guy. Mind you, Alexander Madison was our original running back too. He got a neck injury. He's out for the year. So now we're calling our fourth running back, which is Ollie Gordon, to take over the load, and he gets hurt in the first quarter. Let's hope he's okay. He's walking out on his own, and he's going to the sideline, and the quarter is over. So the second quarter will now begin. But, man, Ollie Gordon going down with an injury. Let's hope he's all right. I will say I do like that he walked out on his own, but he's shaking his head after picking up the first down. Man, we cannot afford to lose him. We cannot afford to lose him. We have such bad luck. Such freaking bad luck with this team and the injuries. You know, we're still over there. We don't have Jordan Brooks due to an injury. As I mentioned, Devon Achane. We can't afford injuries. So we're going to the second quarter. Dolphins 0, Jaguars 0. It looks like Tua will stay out there for the rest of this series, and then we'll turn it over to Zach Wilson. John Wolford, Rams legend. Really, he was a Ram. Honestly, I'm not familiar with his game. So now that you say that, I guess now I know a little bit more. I will say he's killing us. He's killing us with his legs, man. Due to scrambling out there. Might as well start Zach. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. That nonsense, man. Listen, I like Zach Wilson. I know it might be a non-popular take with Dolphins Twitter and every Dolphin fan out there who absolutely hates Zach Wilson. But I like Zach. But definitely not to start. So please miss me with that. I hope you're just trolling, because my goodness. Let's see if there's anything on Ollie Gordon. Okay, so Ollie Gordon is back out. He's fine. Good. Sorry, guys. I got a little bit ahead of myself. You can't blame me. You can't blame me with the way our injuries go with this damn team. So you definitely can't blame me. So second quarter, Ollie Gordon back out there. 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Dolphins. Tua still out there, start of the second quarter. Handoff to Gordon, and Gordon with a nice 5-yard gain for Ollie Gordon. So Ollie Gordon looks good. Love to see that. Love to see that. A lot of people probably thinks we can go sign a veteran running back, but why not let the young guy cook, man? Ollie Gordon was a guy who was awesome in college, except this last season for him. But before last season, dude could have been probably a first-round pick, man. He's freaking good. Super talented. So 2nd and 6, Tua, play action, looks deep, throws. Overthrown a little bit, but it was double coverage. He was looking for D. Eskridge, who has had a tremendous freaking camp, a guy who I've been high on all offseason. Love what I've seen from D. Eskridge. He has been freaking killing it. You can argue, at one point I was saying, yo, this guy might be wide receiver 3, but Malik Washington has kind of won that. So I would say wide receiver 4, but D. Eskridge has had a nice freaking camp. So Tua looks D. Eskridge's way. Double coverage, incomplete. 3rd and 6 for the Dolphins here. So you got a 3rd and 6 at the 46. Tua under center still in the second quarter. Tua drops back, looks quick, and tipped and incomplete. Tua tried to hit Tanner Connor on a quick little first down throw, and it was incomplete and sets up a 4th and 6. And Mike McDaniel's going to opt to go for it, and this will probably be Tua's last play if it's not a first down. So hopefully the Dolphins can put something positive here on tape and get this first down. So as I mentioned, 4th and 6 at the 46 for the Dolphins. Tua, quick throw to Malik Washington for the first down. There we go. There is some positivity. Nice, man. Nice quick decision by Tua. Hits Malik Washington for a first down for about 7 to 8 yards. And the Dolphins convert. Woo. Hey. He's been looking Malik's way a lot, I'll tell you. Malik freaking Washington. He's looking freaking good. So 1st and 10 at the 39. Dolphins a little bit closer to field goal range. Tua hands off to Gordon, and Gordon, what a first down run. Man, about 11-yard gain for Ollie Gordon. Dude runs hard too, man. Jesus. Also, they say the knee is down short, so a 9-yard run. So 2nd and 1, but damn, Ollie Gordon, he looks like he's ready. He wants to be RB1 until these guys come back. Looking good, I'll tell you. So 2nd and 1 at the 29. Handoff to Gordon again. And he's got the first down and a little bit more. And that brings the ball at about the 26-yard line. So the Dolphins are in field goal range. So it looks like so far it's a nice little productive drive for Tua and the Dolphins. Much better pocket from the offensive line. All right, not perfect. Okay, Tua's still throwing quick, but you're moving the chains. And I gotta like it. So 1st and 10 at the 25 in the second quarter. Tua play action, rolls out, and he hits Malik Washington again. Shake and bake. What a nice move. Touchdown Dolphins. Let's go, baby. Wow, man, that was beautiful. Tua play action, rolls out, hits Malik Washington. Malik Washington hits a juke on a guy. Absolutely jukes the crap out of him. And then bye-bye after that. I mean, burst of speed. Oh, my goodness. He is freaking impressive. Wow, that was nice. Malik freaking Washington. Hey, Tua almost took a hit. So he got that ball. I mean, right after he rolled out with that play action, pressure was there. So Tua had to throw that under pressure. So shout out to Tua. making quick decisions. Dolphins going for 2, following the touchdown. Try to see if we could get a nice 2-point conversion. Play action, Tua. Oh, nice. Wow, to Pharaoh Brown on the outside. So Tua play action, hits Pharaoh Brown on the left side. And the 2-point conversion is successful. Little bit of a bobble from Pharaoh Brown. Almost messed it up from Tua. Tua put it right in the breadbasket. But ultimately, job well done, man. 8 points. And the Dolphins are up 8-0. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I like to freaking see. So 8-0 lead for the Dolphins. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Now I'm fired up. That's what I wanted to see. That's how you freaking bounce back, man. How about it? How about it? Wow. That was awesome. That was awesome. Man, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Finally. Absolutely, finally. Obviously, I wanted that touchdown a little bit earlier, right? I don't know if, Tua going out there for 2 a little bit into the second quarter, a little bit scared. But listen, it was all worth it. At the end of the day, you got Malik Washington doing big things out there with Tua. You got some positive signs from Ollie Gordon, big time runs, physical. And ultimately, the Dolphins end up with a touchdown, and Tua delivers a touchdown. So Tua finishes the day 4 for 8, 49 yards, a touchdown. Got sacked twice, which we don't like. Ollie Gordon, 5 carries for 26 yards. That's 5 yards per carry. Love that. Jalen Waddle with a catch for 8 yards. And the other 3 were all to Malik Washington, including that freaking 25-yard touchdown. So 3 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown for Malik. And that's not even counting that he's returning punts as well. So shout out to Malik freaking Washington. Malik and Chubb so far are my get the game balls. So far, that obviously can change. Got a lot of football left. Pharaoh Brown almost dropping that 2-point conversion. That would have made me sick. Tua put that right on the money. Right on the money. So the drive was a 3-minute and 54-second drive. 9 plays, 61 yards. Damn. Malik Washington, man. It's a guy who, I'm hearing a lot about him. I know we picked him up. I know last year, I know people are really high on him. But I'm not going to lie, I've been sleeping on Malik Washington, man. But I definitely ain't sleeping anymore. Jesus, he looks good. Man, Malik freaking Washington. I owe you an apology. You are definitely wide receiver 3. What was I thinking putting somebody else ahead of you? Man. Wow. So the Jaguars have the ball now. And we'll see that now that the offense Tua's probably done. Let's see what the defense does. Let's see how many guys we got out there from our first team. So let's see. I still expect to see more Chop Robinson. Remember, he is valuable to our team, but he's not the starter. So I think he can get some reps in here. And then you got the guys on the bubble trying to make the team. So, yep, Chop Robinson is out there. And is that Judon? Oh, excuse me now. Jordan Brooks is talking here. He's getting interviewed on the sideline. But guys, I'm looking forward to, man. I want to see Zach Wilson come in here and do some big things because he's a guy that obviously is going to be quarterback number 2. And I want to see him put some good things on tape. I'm not pleased with what I've seen from Zach so far, but I know, hey, you never know. With our injury luck, we might need to count on him. So 2nd and 6 here. Judon is in the game. Chop Robinson is in the game as well in the defense. Chop brings pressure, and it's a completion for the Jaguars, but only for a yard. Pressure was there again, and that sets up a 3rd down. Cap for life. What up, man? Long time. Haven't talked to you. Hope all is well. Fins up. Fins freaking up. Another season. I know you're fired up. I'm fired up. I know you're fired up. Shout out to Cap for life. Shout out to Cap for life. Hope you're enjoying preseason. Hope you like that touchdown. Malik Washington. Hey, Malik Washington now. So 3rd and 4 for the Jaguars. Dolphins trying to get a nice little stop here on 3rd down. Chop Robinson is in. Judon is in as the edge rushers. Well, oh, wow. So now they're going with their 3rd string quarterback, and he delivers a 1st down on 3rd and 4. So 1st down for the Jaguars. So now they're down to their 3rd string for the Jags, and he'll probably finish this game for them. Damn, really wanted to see the Dolphins get off the field. But shout out to Cap for life. Fins up. All right, so 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line for the Jaguars. And the Jaguars, Jesus, about a 12-yard run right up the middle. I mean, completely untouched. Definitely don't like that. Got to clean it up, man. A lot of yardage being given up down the middle for the Dolphins today. Need to clean it up. You're starting to see a couple of the guys now that are trying to make the team. They're starting to trickle in here on the defensive side of things. So I think Phillips and Chubb are done for the day. Hell of a day, by the way. They deserve it. But Channing Tindall's coming in. Grayson Murphy's in there. So a couple of these guys. Still a lot to watch for our Dolphins fans. A lot of guys trying to make this team. And on 1st and 10, the Jaguars with a nice quick throw for a gain of about like 8 or 7 yards on the play. Sets up 2nd and 3. But yeah, man, like I mentioned, Grayson Murphy is now in. Channing Tindall's in. We're keeping an eye on Cameron Good. We're keeping an eye on Quentin Bell. Matt Dickerson. Jordan Phillips, number 94, big boy in the middle. And obviously those cornerbacks. Let's see how it goes. So Jason Marshall still out there in coverage. Cam Smith is in the game. It'll be interesting to see if Cam Smith makes a play today. So we got a flag. Okay. Timeout Jacksonville. So 8-0 2nd quarter, 7 minutes, 43 seconds left in the half. And it's a timeout by the Jaguars. Jaguars looking to get into field goal range here and try to get some points on the board, but looks like the starters are done for the day. And I will say I'm pretty pleased. Obviously, a lot of things that I definitely didn't like, especially those first 2 drives for the Dolphins offense. Don't like to see us giving up sacks, especially in a preseason game, especially to Tua, who has the injury history. Ali Gordon has me fired up. Malik Washington has me fired up. But ultimately, yeah, you got a score in there, and you got a 2-point conversion. So at least you bounce back, all right? Adversity is opportunity. Like Mike McDaniel says, adversity is opportunity. So I'll take that, I guess. But for the Dolphins defense, I thought the pressure was absolutely there. As I mentioned, Bradley Chubb looked freaking phenomenal. Jalen Phillips looked good. Both of them picking up half a sack. That was awesome. Chop Robinson picking up a sack, first play of the game. That was awesome. Listen, the pressure from the edge rushers is what stood out for the defense. But that inside, giving up too many runs inside from the quarterback and the running backs is something I want them to clean up. Now, the cornerbacks have been holding their own. But at the same time, you're not going against Trevor Lawrence. You're going against the second and third stringers for the Jaguars, but they're also not testing them. And hey, listen, if you're not being tested in the cornerbacks, that means the cornerbacks are holding their own, ladies and gentlemen. Because if they were blowing coverage, maybe we don't get a touchdown from the Jaguars, but you probably see an attempt in the area of an overthrown or an underthrown ball. So the cornerbacks are doing their job. Jason Marshall's doing his job, doing the best he can. Cam Smith, I guess he's doing what he's supposed to do because I haven't heard his name. If I don't hear your name and you're out there, that means that's a good thing when it comes to cornerbacks, especially when you're watching it on the TV, right? You don't really get the view that you do when you're at a game when you're looking at the quarterbacks in specific. So if I don't hear your name or I don't see you, means you're holding your own. My uncle's a big Malik Washington fan. Big Dolphin fan, big Malik Washington fan. My uncle, he's a shout out Malik. I told him I like him now. I think Malik is awesome. He's been on Malik for a long time, guys. It took me a while. I was all D. Eskridge, wide receiver 3, but damn, Malik freaking Washington. I am freaking sorry. I like that guy. I like that guy. All right, so the game is back, 1st and 10. Jaguars at the 24-yard line, so they're in the red zone. And they get stopped. Looks like a loss of 1, tackle from Elijah Campbell. And that guy has been there for a couple years, Elijah Campbell. Somebody who's been there a couple years, somebody who you can trust, Elijah Campbell out there, folks. So 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line for the Jags. Jags trying to put some points on the board. And Anthony Weaver trying to do what he does, which is not give up a touchdown in the first half. If you guys know what I'm referencing if you guys watched me last season. All right, and a terrible throw there by the Jags. Goes out of bounds, and that's 3rd and 11. So 3rd and 11 here. Let's see what Anthony Weaver cooks up on this 3rd and 11. If we could hold him to a field goal, that is absolutely something I will take, especially with second stringers, guys. All right? Especially with second stringers. You give up 3 points, I'll take it. So 3rd and 11 at the 25. Channing Tindall's out there. Chop Robinson is out there. Matthew Judon is out there. Let's see what Weaver dials up. Oh, nice little stunt. Oh, nice. So they went for a first down, and Jason Marshall was absolutely all over it. Breaks that up. It was in the receiver's hands. Oh, and he looked like he just dropped it. Wow. Yeah, the pass was right there, and it went right through the hands of the Jaguars wideout. But Marshall was there, so I like to see him be a little bit more on him there. Probably get a pass breakup, but at least he was there. Jaguars go for the kick, and the kick is good. So it is now 8-3 in the second quarter with 6 minutes left. Dolphins lead, though. Bend, don't break. Second unit still got it done. Didn't give up a touchdown. I will take it. I will take it. So I will say, though, it was a third down, and the wide receiver had enough room to get the first down. This third string quarterback put it right in his hands. Through the Jaguars' hands, the ball just goes right under him. And Marshall was in coverage, but too much room. I like him to be more all over that guy. All right, so he does get credit. He celebrates and all, like he did something there. Hey, if that gets your confidence up, go do it, my man. But I would like to see him probably be more on that, because it should have been a first down. It should have been a first down, but it wasn't. And the Dolphins defense only gives up 3. I'll take it. I'll take it. Anthony Weaver has been all year last year. First half, I mentioned so many times where he gives up either 7 points or less, and majority of the games they're less than 7. So he normally doesn't even give up touchdowns in the first half. And it looks like Anthony Weaver is getting back to that, which is good. So Chop Robinson is out there. Got some good reps. Matthew Judon is out there. Even though he's a veteran, he's still out there in the second quarter. But in comes the second string quarterback for the Dolphins. Let's see how he does. Mr. Zach Wilson. Let's see how he does. A guy who had a shaky first preseason game, a better second preseason game, but still a lot of Eskridge, what about a 32-yard line return? It's another guy who can return. Eskridge and Washington. But as I mentioned, Zach Wilson, a guy who I want to see clean things up today. Folks, there is still reason to watch this game if you're a Dolphin fan. We want to see this defense. We want to see these cornerbacks, and we want to see our backup quarterbacks. All right? We're not granted a healthy Tua every single season, as you guys know, for the last couple years. Now we paid money for a backup quarterback that Mike McDaniel wanted, and here he is, Zach Wilson, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Dolphins going right to left. A quick pass to Taj Washington, and he gains about 8 yards. So quick little pass, looked like a nice little wide receiver screen to Taj Washington on the first play. And that's something I like to see. Quick decisions by Zach, right? Quick reads. Get it out there. 8-yard gain. That sets up 2nd and 2. That's what I want to see from Zach. We know Zach's got an arm. He's got a cannon. But he has to, go through his reads quick. Make quick decisions. So 2nd and 2. Hands off to Ollie Gordon, who's still out there. And he freaking runs it for about, 6-7 yards there? For a first down. That's a Miami Dolphins first down. So Ollie Gordon still in, getting some good reps in. He's having a solid freaking game. You got changes to the offensive line. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Backup offensive line is in. So 1st and 10 here. Zach Wilson drops back. Quick decision to Ezukama for another completion. That'll set up a 2nd and medium. So 2 for 2 for Zach. Quick decisions. Quick decisions. Quick reads. Like what I'm seeing. Still early. Consistency is key, though, right? Consistency is key with this guy. So 2nd and 4. At the 46, Zach drops back. Oh, my goodness. He had a nice, clean pocket and overthrew Taj Washington. Almost an interception. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Come on, Zach. Clean that up, Zach. Clean that up. Probably had Taj Washington if he kind of hit him right in the chest, but that accuracy looked very bad on that. And that's the knock on Zach, right? His accuracy. His taking too long to make decisions, right? Holding the ball so long. So 3rd and 4 here for Zach Wilson. Drops back. And he hits Eskridge for the first down, but he freaking drops it. D. Eskridge drops it. I don't blame Zach there. I thought Zach did exactly what he had to do. Quick decision. Hit him right in the chest for a first down, but D. Eskridge drops it. Oh, it was a perfect throw. Perfect throw from Zach. Hit him right in the numbers. You got to catch that, D. Looks like the Dolphins are going to go for it on 4th and 4. You got Taj Washington in motion. And Zach drops back. Pressure's coming, and he quick throws to Taj Washington for a first down and more on a nice freaking slant. How about that? Woo! How about Zach now? Shout out Zach. With pressure. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Zach Wilson dropped back, had pressure all over him. He had to make a quick decision, and he put that ball right on the money for Taj Washington for a slant, for a 10-yard gain and more, actually, for about a 14-yard gain. So now you got 1st and 10 at the 36. Dolphins almost in field goal range, and Ollie Gordon picks up a couple. Whew. How about that? How about that? Giannis, Zach Wilson legacy game. Hey, I'm for it. I'm here for it. Shout out Zach. Shout out Zach Wilson, the former New York Jet, Zach Wilson. Screw the Jets, but shout out Zach Wilson. All right, so 2nd and 8 for the Dolphins. Quick throw from Zach to Ezekama on a wide receiver screen. Picked up a couple yards on that. Listen, Zach is looking better with his decision-making. I can see that this Mike McDaniel has probably said, listen, Zach, we're going to have to make you throw quick decisions. All right? You want to play in this offense? I need you to make quick decisions, especially with our shaky offensive line. So nice to see that adjustment. And this will probably lead us to the 2-minute warning here. 3rd and 6, Dolphins are in field goal range, and Zach Wilson does look pretty damn solid. I'm going to have to text my uncle because he doesn't like Zach Wilson. I'm going to tell him, you are pretty quiet. You must not be watching this masterpiece. Boy looks good. My uncle absolutely hates Zach Wilson. I just like trolling. But Zach looks good, guys. Told you. Cannot talk about it enough how important our backup quarterbacks are going to be. He looks good. He's making quick reads, man. That's what Dolphin fans want to see. Is Zach Wilson going to be, and listen, all we need our backup quarterback to be is just be a competent quarterback. That's all we need. All right? Come in and let's say Tua misses what? 8 games. Can you win me half of those? 4? Can you go 4-4 in that stretch? Shoot, I'll even take 3. With the way it went last year? With freaking Tyler Huntley and who else? Mike White or Skylar Thompson? I mean, did they even win any games when Tua was out? Or what was it? One win, and it was probably the defense? It's a good problem to have, man. Having 3 quarterbacks when your number 1 quarterback is Tua is a good problem to have. I like what I've seen from Zach, and I like what I've seen from Ewers, and I like this quarterback room, I will say. And you have to invest in this quarterback room when your quarterback is Tua. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So still in the 2-minute warning. Still in the 2-minute warning. Let's see if Zach Wilson can deliver a touchdown, hopefully. But if not, a nice field goal. But either way, he looks good so far. And shout out to the other Washington. So you see Tua going to Malik's way, Malik Washington, and now Zach looks like he's got his best friend, which is Taj Washington. So 2 Washingtons getting in the mix. Love it. Love it. Love it. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the thumbs up button to support. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I will be here all season long, giving you guys preview videos, recap videos, doing picks against the spread and my NFL picks. You guys, any picks leagues, need advice? Keep it locked in. Subscribe. So 3rd and 6, Zach hands it off to Ollie Gordon, who picks up a first down again. Boy, he's had a nice day. Nice, strong runner. Very strong runner. Love to see that. And that's a Dolphins first down. Nice. Ollie Gordon looks freaking nice. I will say that. Huge positive. Huge. Let's see. So Zach drops back. 1st and 10 at the 25. Doesn't have anything. He's making moves with his feet. And he gains about 2.5 yards, 3 yards on a scramble. So Zach moving in the pocket. Not standing there. Love to see that. Didn't have anything. Try to do something with his legs. Picks up 3, and that's 2nd and 7. But offensive line looking solid this drive. The backup O-line is looking solid, I will say. You got Brunskill out there. All right, so 2nd and 7. Ooh. Wilson looks to Eskridge's way. Just short of the first down, but incomplete. Kind of a risky throw there. Coverage was there, but ultimately incomplete. 3rd down for the Fins. 3rd down for the Fins. Let's see what Zach decides to do. 1 minute left in the 2nd quarter. So Zach on 3rd and 7. Pressure's there. Zach rolls out, and he gets sacked, and he loses about, like 12 yards? This is the stuff you can't do, man. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You can't. I mean, it's bad enough if you take a sack, but when you're trying to roll out there and you're losing about like 15 yards on a sack, that's inexcusable. Especially for a quarterback that's been in this league for a couple of years now. You got to be kidding me. Like, take the sack or but what are you trying to make something out of nothing? So on the replay, they're showing he could have taken a sack about 7 yards earlier if he's going to take one. But now he has us at 4th and 18, and we're going for a 51-yard field goal. And the kick is no good. Disgusting. That was Jake Bailey, by the way, not Jason Sanders. So Jake Bailey, our punter, was the one going for the field goal. And absolutely terrible. Was no good. But Zach Wilson, I mean, solid drive. until that last freaking play. What are you doing? The hell are you doing, man? What are you doing, Zach? Jesus. This means something, boys. This absolutely means something. Want Zach to do well, man. Damn. So 8-3, Jaguars take over on the missed field goal from the Fins. 58 seconds left in the half. Jaguars trying to get on the board, trying to get a touchdown to go into halftime with the lead. Or at least get 3. Let's see if the Dolphins can work some situational stuff here where they're trying to prevent the team from getting points before the half. So nice little situation here for the Dolphins. Let's see if they can stop these guys. So 1st and 15 for the Jaguars after a penalty. And the Jaguars are going left to right. All right, first, a nice little medium gain there, setting up a 2nd and medium. Tackled by Channing Tindall. He was right there. So they're going no huddle here. Oh, nice pressure by Quinn Bell, but no sack. Channing Tindall picks up a tackle here on a nice little pass from the Jaguars. So 3rd down, clock still running, and Jaguars are going to take a timeout. So the Jaguars are at the 46-47, just shy of midfield, 30 seconds left in the first half. And as I mentioned, Quinn Bell, he put in some good pressure, almost got the sack, but didn't. But I'm looking at those pass rushers, guys, especially second half. Second half coming up. Couple guys, I will let you know who I'm looking forward to seeing the most at the half. I guess Jason Sanders isn't available. Why did they have Jake Bailey kick that? If anyone knows, let me know. All right, so we're back here. 3rd and 4. Pressure from the Fins. Oh, missed sack. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, disgusting. Quentin Bell was all over what it looked like it was going to be a sack. He missed it. And then ultimately, I think, picked it up later on, but it was ugly. It was not a nice defensive play. It was shaky. And the defense gets called for a holding. Isaiah Johnson with a penalty. So that negates that. That's a 1st down automatically for the Jaguars. We know how valuable those are, especially on 3rd down. So that is not good for him. That might earn him. He might get cut after that. All right. So cornerback Isaiah Johnson with a 3rd down holding for an automatic 1st down. Can't have that. Can't have that. Jaguars pick up a quick little 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 at the 40. 5 seconds left. And they will spike the ball. And they might go with a field goal. This is going to be a huge one. This guy, yeah, they're going to send Cam Little out to try to. Well, he hit 70 a couple weeks ago. So let's see this one. And this is a 59-yard field goal attempt. Remember, he's hit 70 already. So this might not be anything for him. So 3 seconds left, 59-yard field goal attempt by the Jaguars. And the kick is, my goodness, right through the middle. 59-yard kick is good, and that takes us to half, folks. 8-6 half. Very low-scoring game. But a little entertaining. A lot of takeaways. A lot of takeaways. So we got a nice 8-6 game. And let's see how things go in the second half. So now we are at halftime. Let's edit that a little bit for you folks. So Dolphins are up 8-6. First half takeaways. I will tell you something. My takeaways are this. Those of you guys who've been with me in the stream probably know how I feel. I will say, I think, first of all, let's start with the offense. Malik Washington looks good. Tua looked okay. Offensive line, though, not good. Giving up 2 sacks is not where we want to be, especially in the preseason game. So I'm just happy that Tua made it out of there alive and healthy. So it looks like he'll be our quarterback starting week 1, which is good because, I mean, we absolutely need that. Let's see the halftime stats. Let's see how we're looking, guys. Let's see. And for the defense, I will say shout out to Bradley Chubb, man. Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, all get game balls. I thought they looked freaking awesome. They looked ready to go. And, boy, taking on Daniel Jones and the Colts week 1, they might have a field day. But we'll talk about that then. Let's talk about this box score. So let's see what we got. So Tua finished with 4 for 8, 49 yards and a touchdown. Got sacked twice. Zach Wilson finished 4 for 7, 26 yards. And that sack, and as you see there, it was an 11-yard loss on the sack. All right? I mentioned that. Zach Wilson has to clean that up. If you're going to take a sack, you take the sack. But you can't go rolling out, making something out of nothing, and losing 11 yards on a play. I mean, you look like a deer in headlights. I mean, are you a rookie or a quarterback that's been in the league for quite a couple of years now? Got to clean that up. Other than that, which was huge, Zach looked pretty good. He did. He looked pretty damn good, I would say. I mean, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the performance. I saw quick throws. I saw improvement there, hitting Taj Washington. Also could have had more completion yards if it wasn't for a drop from D. Eskridge. Made some good throws, but listen, his decision-making, his processing is an issue. Clean that up. Clean that up for sure. Why aren't they showing the rushers? Maybe we got to refresh. Where are the rushers? Okay. Ollie Gordon, 43 yards on 8 carries. Love to see that, including a 9-yard run. He looked freaking explosive. Talk about a guy who, you know, he's out there, start of camp. It's Devon Achane, Alexander Madison. It's Jalen Wright. And you're running back 4. And then, hey, injuries happen. Now, week 3 of the preseason, we're knocking on the door saying, Ollie Gordon, you ready to be running back number 1? And, I mean, he says, hell yeah, right? Hell yeah. 83 yards in the first half, 8 carries. He looks absolutely good. And picking up first downs, playing a couple quarters in there, played the whole half. Love to see that. I don't know if he'll play the second half, but he definitely impressed the hell out of me. We're probably still going to have to add a running back. But boy, he's good. Malik Washington, 3 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown from Tua. Love to see that. He looked freaking explosive. He looked great. And also, he was returning punts, returning kicks, doing a little bit of everything, making people miss. I think that was a very, very nice game from Malik Washington. Very nice game from Malik Washington. I'm very pleased. Taj Washington, good connection with Zach Wilson. He had 2 receptions for 18 yards. Jalen Waddle got 1 catch for 8 yards from Tua on his only target. Ezukama got out there, 2 catches for 8 yards. Little small, dump offs, but still. D. Eskridge, 3 targets, 0 catches, including a drop. He's got to clean that up. That's a guy who's had a freaking good camp. I don't understand how he wasn't ready to make some plays. I think he has a couple drops. I think he even dropped one that Tua threw. So, D. Eskridge, my man, Clean that up in the second half. Waddle, let's go. Yeah, Waddle looked pretty good out there. 1 catch for 8 yards, but just his presence being out there to help Tua is definitely something we need. And I think Waddle's going to have a tremendous season. No Tyreek Hill today. They talk about the connection with Jalen Waddle and Tua all offseason. They've been working together, and their chemistry is improved. And they played together in college, so they already have the chemistry. But now you're improving the chemistry, even in the pro level. I expect big things from Jalen Waddle this season. He's also taken up some juggling to try to help him with his drops. That's why you see a lot of the training camp videos that the Dolphins social media pages posted. And let's just say his hands are sticky, holding on to the football. That's going to be key for Jalen Waddle. Key for him this season. I think Waddle definitely is going to have a good season. Let's see what else we got. Channing Tindall, as I mentioned, stacking up the stat sheet with some tackles in there. Usually that's nothing really because, the linebackers always rack up tackles. But on our defense, as I mentioned earlier, Bradley Chubb picking up half a sack with Jalen Phillips. Awesome to see. He looked freaking ready. A guy coming back from injury in Bradley Chubb. He looked exciting. Chop Robinson. He looked good. Picking up a sack as well. First play of the game was a sack for Chop Robinson with Jalen Phillips out there and Bradley Chubb. So Anthony Weaver dialing it up with that defense generating pressure. Where is Hill? Tyreek Hill is dealing with an oblique injury in his abdomen area. He's been out for a couple of weeks now. He's missed training camp for the last, I think, 2 to 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And the team is just being precautionary. They don't want that oblique injury to worsen. So they figured, hey, preseason game, Tyreek Hill's a veteran. He's been playing for about 10 years already. We don't need Tyreek to risk injury. He's too important. As much as a knucklehead that he is way too important for this football team. So will he play week 1? That's the question that we are all wondering. But the good thing is that you have a bye week next week, and you don't play until the first weekend of September. So you got time to heal. So we're definitely going to monitor that. We're going to be monitoring the status of Austin Jackson, our starting right tackle. We're going to be monitoring our starting running back, Devon Achane, and we're going to be monitoring Tyreek Hill as we head into week 1. Those are probably the 3 big injuries that we're going to be keeping an eye on going into week 1. But let's see how it goes. Either way, though, you're taking on a Colts team that you should beat with or without Tyreek Hill. But then again, we're the Dolphins. So who are we to speak, right? How are the rookies doing today? I think solid. I think the rookies are doing solid. Could be doing better. But they have a whole second half to really prove themselves, to see what they're about. So we'll see. I'm looking at Jason Marshall, who's a cornerback. I wanted to see a little bit better from him. He is playing a lot there in cornerback in his new position. Jordan Phillips looks pretty good out there. He's generating some pressure in the middle, like what I've seen. And then our rookie, Ollie Gordon, looks good, which is probably the most important one. I mean, that's going to be the guy who's going to be taking the load as our running back. And he has 43 yards at the half with some nice explosive runs. So I think solid. Kenneth Grant, our first-round pick, he's not playing today. Our second-round pick did pick up a penalty, which you don't like to see. And then our 7th-round pick, which is Quinn Ewers, our third-string quarterback, he's probably going to play the 4th quarter, so we'll see how that goes. I know a lot of people are excited about that one. But close to coming into the start of the third quarter here. Gonna see Zach Wilson, quarterback 2, see if he could clean some things out and put in some good tape before the preseason ends. Definitely want to see him at least deliver a touchdown drive. I want to see him continue to get the ball out quickly, make his reads. Don't take sacks for, 11-yard losses, please. And I will tell you something. I want to see some of these guys that are trying to make the team make some plays. All right. And which guys do you think I'm talking about? I will let you know. I want to see McClendon make some plays. Okay. I want to see what else do I want to see? I want to see McClendon make some plays. I want to see Grayson Murphy make some plays. I would like to see Matt Dickerson make some plays. I want to see Jordan Phillips maybe pick up a sack here in the second half. That would be nice. But I'm surprised. Usually these last preseason games, you really get a guy like a Sam McGuavin or something with 6 sacks. Like some guy have a crazy freaking game and wow you. Really, really haven't had that. Haven't really had that guy. To be honest, it's been the guys you kind of expect to be good. The Taj Washington, the Malik Washington, the Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips making plays, but Ollie Gordon, I mean, it's not surprising, right? We all seen what he can do this preseason. But usually you have like some guy just fired up, ready to make plays. Usually you have that. But let's see how the rest of this game goes, man. Second half should be interesting, should be starting in just a bit. See what the guys are saying out on the Dolphins socials. Let's see how it goes. See what the folks are saying. Mike McDaniel said he didn't like the way they started, but he wanted to see the players respond, and that's exactly what Tua did. I'll give him credit for that. They did come and bounce back, ultimately picking up the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So Tua finishes, 4 for 8, 49 yards and a touchdown. And looks like the second half is about to kick off. So let's see what the rest of the boys do. Dolphins receive the football first. And let's see if the Dolphins could put some points on the board. Only Tua delivered a touchdown. Let's see if Zach can get a touchdown. Let's see if Quinn Ewers can get one. So the Dolphins are opening up. Now it is the third quarter. Final half of the preseason. And the Dolphins will start it off with a touchback. So let's see how it goes. First drive coming out of the half. How will they do? All right, so Zach Wilson under center. Looks like Ollie Gordon's night is done. So he hands off to, I think that's Michael Boone as the backup running back for Ollie Gordon. Picks up a 1-yard gain. Yeah, well, I feel like the Dolphins definitely need to address the running back situation. But yeah, here comes Zach Wilson, 2nd and 9. Gets pressure, quick throw. About a little 4-yard gain, setting up a 3rd and medium. Almost got sacked. Evaded the pressure just a little bit. Got it out there quick. And Zach does complete it. So Zach Wilson, 3rd and 5 here at the 40. Dolphins going left to right now. And is that a challenge? Is that a challenge from the... Yeah, I think the Jaguars are challenging. But was it a drop? What are they challenging? Yeah, they're challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. They think it was incomplete. So I guess Liam Cohen wants to be here all night, wants to challenge even in the preseason. New head coach. I mean, you can tell, right? So the replay doesn't look like he had full control, so that might be coming back. Yeah, doesn't look like it was complete, so that might be coming back. So let's see how that goes. Folks, let me know who you guys want to see show out in this second half, especially from the pass rushers, man. Who are you cutting? Who are you keeping? McClendon, Grayson Murphy, Quentin Bell, Cameron Good. Who are you keeping? Who are you replacing? Let me know. Still freaking excited about Malik Washington, I'll tell you. Still excited for Malik Washington. I will say that. I'll tell you what. I'd rather rely on Malik Washington than Westbrook Akine. I mean, I'm sure everybody would at this point, but maybe it's not even worth even saying, but I don't think Westbrook Akine was a good signing at all. All right, so the review is done and the call in the field stands, so it's not getting overturned. It was a completed catch. So 3rd and 5 for Zach Wilson. Trying to put on a nice little positive outing heading into the season. And we'll see how that goes. So 3rd and 5. Ball at the 40. Dolphins going left to right. And Zach looks Taj Washington's way, gets a completion for a 1st down on a nice little out route there. Love that. As I mentioned, first half, same thing. Looking at Taj Washington and gets him again for a 1st down. So Zach Wilson really starting to, I think he's been solid this outing. As I mentioned, man, besides that sack, giving up all those yards, I mean, other than that, I mean, I think he's doing the best he can. You're already playing with a shaky offensive line and those second stringers. So 1st and 10 here. Hands off to Boone for only about a 2-yard gain. Not much there. But there you go. There goes. There you go. You see it. Ollie Gordon, he gets a carry. Even if he goes right up the middle, he's getting 5 to 6 yards. You get Boone coming in, he gets what? 1-2 yards? Big difference. But that's a good thing. That means Ollie Gordon's ready. Physical freaking runner. For a rookie, that's important. Playing like a damn veteran. Love to see that. So 2nd and 7 here. Dolphins at midfield. Zach Wilson, play action pass, looks in the middle, and he hits Eskridge for a nice freaking gain right on the money. Oh, let's go. Listen, I mentioned it at halftime. D. Eskridge been way too quiet. Dropping passes, has had a good freaking camp. There's my boy. Picks up about like 15, probably almost 20-yard gain. Nice quick decision from Zach Wilson on a play action. And the Dolphins are just about almost at the red zone or at the red zone. And it was a 21-yard pass. So the Dolphins at the 31-yard line. Zach Wilson is driving downfield. Come on, Zach. Quick screen to Taj Washington. And a nice freaking gain, about 6 yards. There we go, Zach. Quick decisions. Quick. Getting the ball out quick. Love it. Love it. So Taj Washington with a gain of 6, and that sets up a 2nd and 4. Now the Dolphins are in the red zone. 3rd quarter here. Ball at the 24. Zach hands off to Boone, and Boone picks up a 1st down and more. Finally, a nice little run from Boone. Yeah, man, I'm not even going to lie. We definitely, if Jalen Wright is going to be missing time, I hope that we pick up one of these running backs that gets cut or sign somebody. Somebody good is going to go, man. A lot of running backs get done dirty in this football league. So why not? Why not look to add? All right, Zach Wilson on 1st down. Play action, and there he goes, picking up a sack where he's running back, doing the same thing again. So he gets sacked, and he did the same thing that I've been freaking complaining about. He starts running back, and instead of picking up a sack where you lose like 5-6 yards, he's losing about 8, losing about 9. He's like running back. Like, this is not freaking Madden. It's like he's playing Madden. You know, when you run back and you're playing Madden, that doesn't really go well. So now it's 2nd and 20. Look at that. A 10-yard loss. First 11-yard loss on a sack. Now a 10-yard loss. Inexcusable for Zach. And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because Zach is literally, I feel like he's having a nice solid game. He's throwing the ball on the money. He's making quick decisions. But man, and I know it's the offensive line's fault because the pressure's right there. All right, so the sack is on the offensive line, but then you're putting the eyes on you when you're making it a 10-yard freaking loss. So 3rd and 16 here at the 24-yard line. Let's just say the ball was incomplete. So 4th and 16, and the Dolphins probably will go for a field goal here. I would assume so. But then again, Jake Bailey kicked the last one, and it was no good. I don't know if Sanders is not in there tonight. Because if that's the case, I remember earlier when the Dolphins scored, they went for 2. So maybe Sanders is not available? Oh, yeah, they're going for it on 4th and 16. I'm assuming that Sanders isn't available. So 4th and 16, Zach drops back, throws a strike. Oh, to Ezukama for the 1st down and more. What a freaking bullet. Wow, that was beautiful. That was freaking beautiful. Oh, baby. Oh, what a throw. Zach drops back, absolutely delivers a strike to Ezukama on 4th and 16 for the conversion. First down inside the 10-yard line at about the 6. So first and goal for the Fins. Damn. I'm telling you, Zach looks good, man. Just got to use your head, man. Use your head. So first and goal. Hand off to Boone, and he runs to the outside for the Dolphins touchdown. There we go. Touchdown, Miami. Love it. Love it. Nice drive for Zach Wilson in all. Besides, like I mentioned, taking that damn sack for so many yards, you come back and you deliver a strike. That shows me a lot. If Mike McDaniel could say Tua could go out there, stink up the joint, and bounce back, then you should say the same about Zach Wilson. Made a mistake, came back, and bounced back. And no turnovers. No turnovers from the quarterbacks. Zach freaking Wilson. That was a nice drive. Damn, still raving about that fourth down conversion, man. That was a freaking strike from Zach. Whew. So Dolphins going for 2. 14-6 at this point. Remember, I guess there's no Jason Sanders. So let's see if they could go 2 for 2. And incomplete, and the 2-point conversion is no good, but the Dolphins do pick up a touchdown. Boone with a nice run from Mike Boone. A 4th and 16 conversion from the Dolphins. From Zach Wilson to Ezukama. That's stuff I like to see. And the Dolphins take a 14-6 lead in the third quarter. Hey, man. What can I say? I like Zach Wilson, man. I wanted him on this team last year. I thought the Dolphins could trade for him when Tua was out with the injury, and we're looking like, all right, are we going to just keep rolling with this Huntley stuff or what? Go get Zach for cheap from Denver. Dolphins didn't opt to do it, but listen, full circle, now he's on the team. And I know a lot of people don't like Zach Wilson. All right? And he has his limitations. I get it. Right? It's not the perfect quarterback. Zach Wilson starter confirmed. Hey, man, that was a nice little drive from Zach Wilson, man. Making some big boy throws today. He's making some big boy throws today. Come on, man. 9 for 13, 80 yards right now. A touchdown drive. Only thing I could say bad about him is stop freaking running farther away like you're playing freaking Madden with one of your young little cousins or something, man. That's what that reminds me of. playing video games with like a younger kid, and then they're just playing like you're about to get sacked and they start running all the way back. When does that go well? When does that go well? But Mike Boone, 5 carries for 21 yards and a touchdown. Not the same runner as Ollie Gordon, I'll tell you, even though he's a vet. But he picks up a touchdown. Dolphins up 14-6 with 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Taj Washington, a guy who's had connection with Zach Wilson. He has 4 receptions at this point for 30 yards on 5 targets. Ezukama, 3 catches for 25 yards, including that big 17-yard gain on 4th down. Big time catch, big time throw too. D. Eskridge One catch for 21 yards, 21-yard gain. Listen, there were some solid plays, man. I thought Zach Wilson delivered some nice strikes in that drive. I will say that. You got to give credit where credit is due. Like, come on now. It's freaking awesome. Awesome. Hopefully he delivers another drive. I want him to get a passing touchdown in there. Maybe a nice deep pass to D. Eskridge. How about that? That'll fire me up. That'll fire me up. So the Jaguars get it on the return. They bring it back to about the 35-yard line. And let's see what the Finns do on the defensive side of things. I see McClendon out there, a guy who I'm high on. Hopefully he picks up a sack. Come on, boys, get busy. Get busy. What are we at as far as penalties? You guys know how I feel about penalties. I feel like the Dolphins are playing a clean game. Yeah, 3 penalties. 3 penalties only so far. Not too bad. Hopefully they keep it up. I know one was on Savainaya, one was on Jackson, and I can't remember the other one. But yeah, hopefully they keep playing this clean football. Penalties will kill you. Time of possession and penalties, very, very important. At least in my eyes. Always been big on those 2 things. Those 2 stats, always looking at them. Penalties, number 1, and time of possession. You win those 2 things, you're in good hands of probably winning the game. And if not, you're barely losing a game. So 2nd and 8 for the Jaguars. Let's see which Dolphin player stands out. Oh, an end around for about a 7-yard gain. Sets up a 3rd and 1. So big situation here, 3rd and 1. See if our guys could pick up a sack and not give up a first down. That's how you make a name for yourself trying to make the team. I'll tell you that much. You make a play on a 3rd down, on a 3rd and short, you definitely catch my attention. That'll fire up the crowd. Who wants it? Who wants to make a play? McClendon, is it you? All right, so 3rd and 1. And a run up the middle, and it is a first down, unfortunately. Patrick McMorris on the tackle, but first down given up. So the Dolphins don't get to stop. Man. Man. Oh, we got a couple other preseason games underway. So 1st and 10 at the 50. And play action. Missed tackle. Don't like to see that. Which was McMorris. Missing a tackle. That's not going to do you any good. Cam Smith's still out there. McClendon is out there, by the way. Those of you guys wondering. McMorris with a missed tackle. Not good. Matt Dickerson, another guy who's had a nice little camp. He's out there. Those are the guys I'm looking for, man. I want to see Dickerson, Grayson Murphy, and McClendon make plays. Cam Smith, I'm sorry, folks, but I'm out, man. Like, you've had your chance plenty of times. I'm out. Sorry, not sorry. So 2nd and 2, and the Jaguars have a receiver open but overthrown. And McMorris was on coverage in the area, but if that was a nice pass, that he would have had him beat, in my opinion. But McClendon had nice pressure. Yeah, just a bad throw. But he had him beat if he kind of hit him towards that outside. All right, McClendon here on 3rd and 2. Let's see, another situation. Can you prevent them from getting the first? And a flag? Is that on Jacksonville? Ooh, on 3rd and 2, a delay of game. Pre-snap penalties will kill you. Jacksonville racking up penalties today, I tell you. Pre-snap penalties will kill you. Terrible. That is an undisciplined football team, guys. Undisciplined football team. Pre-snap penalties, that's what that indicates. So 3rd and 7, same situation. You want to obviously prevent the first down inside the 50. And let's see what happens. Dolphins look like they're going to send pressure. And here we go. Oh, nice. Absolutely nice tackle from McClendon on 3rd. I don't know if he gets credited for a sack. He might have tackled him just in front of the line of scrimmage. So I think it's just a regular tackle. But, man, Chubb and Phillips are fired up about McClendon and Chop Robinson. They are fired up, and they are hyping him up in the sidelines right now. That's awesome to see. That means they like him. And I like him too. I hope he makes the team. But it looks like Phillips, Chop, and Chubb really are rooting for McClendon to make the 53 as well. That's nice to see, man. Guys, Jalen Phillips is a true class act too. I mean, Phillips has talked about this. Like he was literally hyping up Chop Robinson throughout training camp. And Chop is a guy who plays behind. Like he's a guy that they could go ahead and replace you with. So for him to speak high about him is tremendous from a leadership standpoint from Jalen Phillips. And then tonight, he's literally hyping up McClendon after making a nice little play on 3rd and 7. That's awesome to see, man. That's awesome to see. I hope McClendon makes a team. I think he's earned it. He's busted his ass in training camp. Had a nice little preseason. And listen, man, he's made a play tonight. You know, I was looking at Grayson Murphy. I was looking at Matt Dickerson. But they haven't made a play tonight. But you make a play tonight in McClendon on top of a good preseason already, a good training camp already, and your teammates want you to make it. Pretty good sign. Pretty damn good sign. Pretty good sign. Let's see. Probably Quinn Ewers' time, right? Looks like that's what they're saying on Twitter. Looks like they want Quinn Ewers to start now. Yeah, it is. Quinn Ewers' time. So Zach Wilson's night is done. Listen, ultimately, like I mentioned, just those 2 little mistakes, but I thought there were some positive signs there. I thought he really like got some rhythm in there, man. 9 of 13, 80 yards, did a nice little touchdown drive. Doesn't get credit for any touchdown, but he led that drive, man, and making big time throws, as I mentioned. Big throws to Eskridge for 21 yards, big throw on 4th down to Ezekama on a 4th and 16. Zach gets credit, man, for me. Zach gets freaking credit. So Quinn Ewers comes in the game. 1st and 10. Inside the 15, going left to right. Quinn Ewers, play action, and he gets sacked on the first play. All right. Well, that's the way to start your night. Quinn Ewers gets sacked for a loss of 7. Man, that's not good. Not a good start. Obviously, offensive line's fault. Just let all that. Quinn Ewers barely had time, but looks like Ewers is going to get a nice little look here. He's got 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and he's got the whole fourth quarter to kind of showcase himself. So I think fans should be happy. You got a nice little dose of all three quarterbacks. You got Tua playing for about a quarter and a little bit. You got Zach playing for a quarter and a half, and now you got a nice little quarter and a half for Quinn Ewers. So let's see how Quinn Ewers does. He's had a nice little dominant little preseason, especially last game with 2 touchdown throws. Looked freaking good. And listen, these fans have been knocking. They want Quinn Ewers to be quarterback too. So let's see what he's got. Folks, it's a lot different when you're playing in the real NFL season than the preseason. I mean, we've seen Skylar Thompson come over here and look like Tom Brady. So might have to simmer down and pump the brakes. All right, so 2nd and 20. Dolphins hand it off to what it seems to be their potential third string running back, Shamplin. Not too familiar with his game, but he is one of the guys that they worked out and they picked up, especially with all these injuries. Pretty nice run for him, 11-yard gain. Now 3rd and 9, Dolphins going left to right, ball at the 14-yard line. Got a man in motion. Quinn Ewers under center. Quinn Ewers drops back. Delivers a nice throw over the middle for a first down and more. Wow. And that was to Andrew Armstrong. Hey, Andrew Armstrong is a big body, man. I will say that, man. He's a big body, man. That was a nice freaking throw. Nice catch. Great anticipation from Quinn Ewers on the replay. Put it right where only he can get it. Great accuracy, great anticipation, great pocket presence from Quinn Ewers. Man, looked like Tua on there, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. Nice freaking throw. Very nice. 1st and 10. Dolphins at the 35-yard line. 2 minutes left in the third. Hand it off to Sham for a little 1 to 2 yard gain. But man, damn, that throw from Quinn Ewers. Boy, I'll tell you. He looks good, man. I don't hate Quinn Ewers. I want him to be QB2 next year. And hey, you never know. Maybe QB1 after that. As long as he continues to develop. I just don't want to give somebody the keys prematurely so early because we've done that before. Love what I've seen so far from Ewers. Continue to develop, young fella. 2nd and 7. Hands off again for a 1-yard gain. Sets up a 3rd and 6 with 1:20 left in the third quarter. So 3rd down is money down. Let's see what Quinn Ewers does. Let's see what he does. So 3rd and 6. Dolphins still going left to right. Ball at the 39. Here's Ewers, drops back. Looks towards his running back for a check down. Gets about 3 yards. And that sets up a 4th and 2. Be interesting to see what the Dolphins do here. Will they go for it or will they punt? They're in the Jacksonville side of things, so it will be risky to go for it here. But do you want Quinn Ewers to get that 4th down rep? Is it important to you? It is the third quarter. And the Dolphins are going to opt to punt on 4th and 2. So Jason Sanders isn't there, it looks like, but Jake Bailey, our punter, is there. He's the one that missed the field goal earlier. So Dolphins are going to wind this down until the end of the third quarter. And he's not even going to punt it. So that's the end of the third quarter, folks. Dolphins are up 14-6. And we are into the fourth quarter. Quinn Ewers now under center, getting reps in. Let's see if he finishes off strong. Hopefully gets us a fourth quarter touchdown. Everybody wants to see that. So the Dolphins still lead 14-6. Give me 1 second as we're heading into the fourth quarter. Quick little break, and I'll be right back right for the start of the fourth quarter. All right. So fourth quarter time. All right, so Jake Bailey punts it off. And for a touchback. Almost got him inside the one. So let's see how this fourth quarter goes. Hopefully Dolphins end off with a nice win, but hopefully we see some fireworks. Talking about Zach Wilson's performance here. All right. So fourth quarter here. Got an end around and swallowed up by the Dolphins defense. That's Channing Tindall with a nice tackle for a loss. Channing freaking Tindall, man. Former draft pick from the Dolphins a couple years back. A guy who's been a major disappointment. And he's still around. How about that? Channing Tindall with a tackle for a 2-yard loss. So 2nd and 12 here for the Jaguars, going left to right. Fourth quarter here as we wrap up the preseason, 14 minutes. And nice completion over the middle for a 3rd and medium now for the Jaguars. It'll be interesting to see how the Jaguars do this year. Trevor Lawrence is a guy who's number 1 overall pick. They made the playoffs before. They've been kind of like up and down, but then again, he's had different quarterbacks. He's had Urban Meyer. Doug Peterson, now Liam Cohen. I mean, got to feel for him. But they did draft Travis Hunter first. So 3rd and 6 here. And a completion, but short of the first down. Big time pop from Channing Tindall yet again. Another freaking nice play. Stopping him short of the first down. 4th and 1, and he seems to be banged up after that, though. Can't seem to get up. Taking off the helmet. And on the replay, oh, man. He might have hurt his neck on that play. Hell of a play, though. Trying to make the team, stops him short of a first down. Setting up a 4th and 1 for the Jaguars. But, yeah, he seems to be banged up a little bit. Yeah, Channing Tindall hasn't had a nice career, I would say. Guy who the Dolphins were very high on coming out of college. Trying to make the team. But has not panned out. I will say he's been making plays tonight, though. Making a strong case, but I feel like, Channing Tindall is Channing Tindall at this point. So the Dolphins get the ball back on a punt, and we'll see how Quinn Ewers does in his second series coming up here with 12:56 remaining in the fourth. Flag on the play on the return. Not sure if this is on the returning team. Preseason for the refs too, though. Yeah, these refs are taking a while to make calls. Unsportsman. Oh, wow. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Jags, apparently. Interesting. So Quinn Ewers coming out, second drive. See how he does. See if he could deliver a touchdown for the boys. Made some nice throws, like I mentioned. But we want to see more. Want to see more splash plays. Definitely would like to see more splash plays. Not enough. Not enough for my liking. I will say that. Not enough. So as of right now, the penalties, as I mentioned earlier, something I'm always keeping an eye on. It's 7 on the Jaguars and 4 for the Miami Dolphins. Only giving up 18 yards, though. So they're minimal penalties. The Jaguars giving up 50 yards in penalties. And the Dolphins also still dominating time of possession, even though it's only by a minute. Still good habits, and it's probably going to increase now with this drive. So Quinn Ewers 2 for 2 for 25 yards. As I mentioned it earlier, folks that missed it, Tua had a touchdown, 4 for 8, 49 yards in his time. You got Zach Wilson came in 9 of 13, made some big boy throws, finished with 80 yards and a touchdown drive. Those sacks, though, as I mentioned, still a problem. Can't lose yards when you get sacked. Look, Tua got sacked twice as well. Only lost 8 yards. Zach gets sacked twice, gives up 21. And one of them took them way, way out of field goal range where they ended up missing a field goal. But got to give credit, as I mentioned. I saw some things that I didn't see from Zach previously. Quicker decisions and some big boy throws. He made some wonderful throws tonight, I will say. I feel good about this quarterback room. I can't even lie. And hell, if let's say Tua goes down, Zach ends up doing poorly, the way Quinn looks as well, Quinn looks good too. So I think we're in good position, man. I'm fired up. And as I mentioned earlier, Ollie Gordon looks fantastic. He definitely gets me excited. Malik Washington, he looks freaking good. He put on a nice freaking game as well. Taj Washington also making a name for himself. If Taj makes the team, if we keep 6 wide receivers, I think he's making a strong case for himself tonight. And then, damn, Anthony Weaver dialing it up in the beginning of the game with Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. come on, man. Picking up sacks. That front's going to be dangerous, man. That front is going to be dangerous. So the Dolphins have the ball. Here comes Quinn Ewers on his second drive. Dolphins are going right to left, almost at midfield. And a handoff to pick up a couple yards. So let's see what Quinn Ewers got here. Let's see if Quinn Ewers could go ahead and deliver a nice little touchdown here to end things off on a high note. I feel like we need some fireworks. We need some fireworks here from Quinn. We need it. The Dolphin fans deserve it. They're out there. We're home. You know, let's see. Put together a nice drive. So here comes Quinn on 2nd and 8. Nice pass to the outside. Short of the first down by just about an inch, maybe a yard. And let's see. Let's see what the Dolphins do if they run it. So it's 3rd and 2 here. Quinn Ewers now 4 for 4 for 39. It's a good problem to have, folks. It's a good problem to have. It's better to have some quarterbacks in the room than have none. I mean, we're a team that just had Skylar Thompson, Mike White, Tyler Huntley. So Quinn Ewers on a play action, and he throws it for a first down. Nice. Look at that on a nice little rollout. Play action rollout. Delivers it for a first down. Moves the chains on a 3rd down conversion for Quinn Ewers. I'm telling you, Quinn Ewers, man, his accuracy, his anticipation, and his accuracy is really, really catching my eye this offseason. And that's important for this Dolphins offense. Because you know exactly how Tua plays, right? You talk about his anticipation and his accuracy. You're kind of getting some similarities there. So now next play, Quinn Ewers does get sacked. Loses about a couple yards there. A lot of yards, actually. Making it a 2nd and long. That offensive line still giving up sacks. So now that's 6 total sacks that this offensive line has given up today in total. Obviously, you got different. You got first stringers out there. You got third stringers out there. But nonetheless, Miami Dolphins offensive line, sound like a broken record year after year, continues to be a problem. So 2nd and 17, Dolphins going right to left at the 46. And let's see what Quinn Ewers has got. Hands off the middle. Small little gain. I believe that was Michael Boone on that one. He's been getting a lot of work in the second half. It'll be telling to see who's going to be running back 2 if Jalen Wright and Achane are not a go for week 1. Like I said, remember, final cuts are on Tuesday. So there's going to be plenty of running backs available. You guys know the NFL does running backs dirty. They don't believe in them, right? So you'll be able to get a guy. All right, 3rd and 13. Ewers drops back. Oh, my God. Pressure is just instantly there. Offensive line completely a joke. That was gross. 4th down, and the Dolphins will punt. So Quinn Ewers, second series, no touchdown, no points. Man, huge difference from last week. Huge difference from last week. But I will tell you, I will tell you something. I think this offensive line is not helping at all. I mean, Quinn Ewers had literally no time to throw. I like probably a second. I don't even think he had 2 seconds on that. So it's unfortunate. 9 minutes remain here. Jaguars get the ball back. Finn's still up 14-6 in this preseason finale. But listen, I'm not going to lie. I expected a little more from this team as a whole, but it's preseason, so I understand. But still plenty of positives. But I wanted to see more from some of these guys that are on the bubble. Want to see more from McClendon still. Want to see more from Grayson Murphy. Want to see more from Matt Dickerson. These cornerbacks. How about a turnover? We got some sacks early on. How about a turnover? That would hype me up. Right? You got 1 passing touchdown this game from Tua. But I don't know. You know, the beginning of the game was hype. Still, man, how about a turnover? How about a turnover, man? Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Who do you guys want to see a play from? Let me know. Let me know. Who do you want to see to make a play? Who are you interested in? Who do you hope the Dolphins keep on this 53 out of the guys that aren't, the obvious ones? Right? You guys know by now I'm a big McClendon guy. Super high on McClendon. And so do the Dolphins as well. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, all rooting for him. Let's see how that goes. I wanted to see a lot from Ethan Bonner. Unfortunately, out with the hamstring injury. That's a tough one, man. I feel bad for him. He's a guy that's been grinding. He has been grinding. So they did mention that Channing Tindall is in the tent, in the injury tent. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. He looked like he really got banged up on that. He made the play, but in the tent. So that remains to be seen how it's going to go for him. Listen, man, I can't wait till we just get things started, man. I'm ready to freaking roll already. After seeing Anthony Weaver dial it up to begin the game with those pass rushers, my goodness, man. Like, I just can't wait. Even just the first play. I still can't believe that first play. Like, what? You're going to have Chop, Phillips, and Chubb in the same play and pick up a Chop Robinson sack to begin the game? That was freaking awesome. Super, super stoked to see what Anthony Weaver has up his sleeve. Even with the deficiencies at cornerback, I still think that this defense is going to hold up and they're going to do their thing, man. I really do. So 1st and 10, 9 minutes remaining here. Jaguars got the ball inside the 20. And on first down, they pick up a couple of yards there. Almost a first down again. I think that's 2nd and short. Who's going to make a play? Who wants to make a play for the Dolphins? In the 4th quarter, money quarter, right? Try to catch Coach McDaniel's eyes. Who's going to be the one? Who's going to get a turnover? Dolphins ended the game on a turnover last week. Could they do it again? So Dolphins bringing pressure on 2nd down. Can't get home. Oh, a nice hit stick by, wow. That was a hell of a play. I think that was E.J. Adams. Yeah. Wow, blew him up. Man, it was a first down, but after a pop, ball draws loose, and that's an incompletion, saving a first down. That's a big-time play. Hey, that's something. That's something I like to see. I'll take that. So 3rd and 2, 8 minutes remaining and 51 seconds. As I mentioned, Jaguars going left to right. Ball at about the 25-yard line. And it's going to be a timeout from the Miami Dolphins. Wow, that was a hell of a play. Anytime you can prevent a first down, it's a hell of a play. Especially either on 2nd or 3rd down. That's big time. That's big time. So it was B.J. Adams on that breakup. Okay. Yeah, B.J. Adams, hell of a hit stick. Jesus. That's big time. That's what I want to see a lot from these other cornerbacks, man. Just that physicality, man. Breaking up passes, If you're not that well in coverage, like, make some plays. Like, find other ways to impact the game. So 3rd and 2. Jaguars seem to be changing the play. Play action. Pressure's there. And they dump it off to the running back for a first down. Pressure was there by the Dolphins, but did not get home for the sack. Quick little bailout screen. And yeah, man, I want to see this Dolphins team get a sack. Oh, and Asante is down. Oh, that's unfortunate. Linebacker Asante is down. That's Eugene Asante, a guy his name's popped up a couple times in training camp. He goes down with an injury, and they're headed to a injury timeout. Hopefully he's all right. Hate to see that. And this happens all the time in preseason, folks. You guys know the drill. Always going to lose a guy. Always going to lose a guy. It's unfortunate. Physical sport. Always going to lose somebody. Somebody's going to go down with an injury. Somebody's going to showcase and be a guy who might make the 53, might disappoint you. Going to have a third-string quarterback throw for 200 yards, Skylar Thompson. It's part of the game. It's unfortunate, but hopefully Asante is all right. I was just wondering if he was going to make that team too. I don't think this helps his case. Yeah. I will say, though, Jordan Phillips has looked good today. It's a guy that was a rookie that I feel like I mentioned here and there throughout the stream, but I feel like I didn't give him enough flowers. I will say he's had a solid camp, and I think he's a good little finale. So shout out Jordan Phillips, man. Shout out Jordan Phillips. So let's see how the Dolphins end this game. 8 minutes left in the finale, fourth quarter. Still time for the Dolphins and Quinn Ewers to get a nice touchdown. Theo Weiss, a guy who had, 2 touchdowns last week. He only has 1 catch for 6 yards. I'm surprised Quinn Ewers hasn't looked his way. But then again, the offensive line hasn't been doing him any favors either. I mean, as I mentioned, he's got like 1 to 2 seconds to throw that football. I will say I'm nervous about the offensive line this season, guys. I mean, the fact that today, even without Austin Jackson out there, I get it. He's going to be back week 1. I mean, to give up 2 sacks in a preseason game, you want to keep Tua clean. We know he can't take hits like that. And then you have a penalty, even though it's a rookie, it's preseason. Offensive line penalty. I mean, I don't like that, man. I just don't. It's like, yeah, it's preseason, but it's the third game, guys. You know what I mean? It's the third game. You've had training camp. You've had joint practices. Like, I want you guys to play clean football heading in. Penalties will kill you. They come back to kill you during the regular season. But, yeah, this offensive line is crucial. It's crucial to keep Tua healthy, to open up the pass game. It's crucial for our running game. They did good in run blocking, but also give credit to Ollie Gordon. He runs hard. Like, this dude gets contact, and he's still fighting for more yards. So if Ollie Gordon is going to be a guy that's going to be our RB2 or RB1 if Achane is out or misses time, I want the line to play better. I want the offensive line to play better. So 2nd and 5 for the Jaguars. 7 minutes, 40 to go. Who's going to make a play? All right, so Dolphins bringing pressure again. Almost a sack. Man, they're flirting with a sack. I'm telling you, McClendon is right there on every play, but they're just getting it off in time. And I want McClendon to get a sack so bad. He's right there, bringing excellent pressure, but they're just getting it off right in time. So 3rd and 2, money down here. Money down. Who wants it? Who wants it? McClendon is out there. And they run it and they give up a first down. I will say, listen, the Jaguars have had success running the football down the middle with both their quarterbacks and their running backs, especially their quarterbacks early. So that's another thing I think the Dolphins have to work on, which I'm sure Weaver will figure out. And at the end of the day, a lot of the guys that are playing right now are not going to be starters. And the first team was also missing Kenneth Grant, who was a big stopper in the middle, which I understand, and Jordan Brooks as well. So I'll give them a pass. 1st and 10 at the 45 for the Jaguars. And run for about 2 yards. I will say this, guys. I don't think it's looking good for Grayson Murphy. All right? I don't think Grayson Murphy makes his football team. He probably makes the practice squad, but the thing is, does he get claimed by another team? He's had a solid camp. I liked him, but he hasn't really made an imprint on this finale. Matt Dickerson as well, another guy who's had a solid little preseason in camp, but has not really made a name this game. Dolphins bring pressure, almost a sack again, and they give up a completion for about 4 yards. Boy, the Dolphins are so close to picking up sacks here. But yeah, I'm looking at Cameron Good. I'm looking at McClendon. Those are the two that I'm going to be wondering if they make the team. Those are the guys that I feel like are fighting the hard, and I think it's showing right now. I mean, they're providing constant pressure. Cameron Good and McClendon. They're playing like two guys that are out there trying to make the football team. But boy, this quarterback is literally just dumping off every chance, every time they come close. About 4 minutes left, a little bit more. First down for the Jaguars. Listen, on the bright side of the Dolphins defense, Anthony Weaver's defense has not given up a touchdown this game, and hopefully we can keep it that way. I think there's value in that. So the ball's at the 44-yard line. Jaguars almost in field goal position. But obviously they won't go for a field goal now as they need a touchdown. Dolphins up by 6. Touchdown and extra point would win the game for them. So nice little situation here for the Fins. 2nd and 7, 4 minutes left. Time is running. Jaguars probably win this game with a touchdown. So the Dolphins hopefully can get the stop. I know it's preseason. Doesn't count. But these fans deserve to go home with a win. The fans who paid in attendance and have watched this. And the Jaguars run for a first down. That's not good. So they pick up a first down, as I mentioned. Oh, no, it's not. It's an 8-point game. Dolphins have 4. I thought the Jaguars had 8. No, the Jaguars have 6. So 14-6. So the Jaguars actually are down by 8. So they need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. There's no overtime in preseason. So it would end in a tie if they do both. Let's see. Which Dolphin wants to make a play? Play action pass, rolling out. There's a flag on the play. Quarterback Hennigan for the Jaguars runs out of bounds, and there's a holding on the offense. So that ball is a 10-yard penalty. All right, 3 minutes left. Dolphins trying to prevent the Jags from scoring a touchdown to hold on for this victory and end on the right note. Guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will be here with preview videos, recap videos all throughout the Dolphins season. Hit that thumbs up button as well. Appreciate everyone that has chimed in the chat and tuned in to this live stream as we wrap up the preseason. So 1st and 20. Jaguars have it. They hand off to their back for, nice tackle. About a 4-yard gain. They're throwing up Darren Waller on the screen. That's a guy who's in uniform today, but he didn't play at all. He hasn't really practiced. Hasn't played in joint practices or preseason. That's a guy who I'm kind of getting worried about. Hopefully it's not the same scenario we had with Odell Beckham Jr., right? It's a big-time splash free agent that has potential, had a couple big years a couple years before. But then you kind of have this quiet preseason, and then you end up on PUP and IR, and this But listen, I guess we'll see. There's a lot of ifs with this Dolphins team heading into the season, so we'll find out shortly. So 3rd and 7 at the 30-yard line, 2 minutes left in the game. And the Jaguars throw. Oh, picked off. There we go. Picked off. Oh, he might take that for a pick 6. Oh, almost. Wow. 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 Saunders Jr. with an interception and almost brought that back for 6. Pressure was there. As I mentioned, the Dolphins' pressure has been there all throughout this drive. They've had constant pressure, but not able to sack the quarterback. He's getting it out quick. This time he felt the pressure, got it out quick again, but finally the Dolphins capitalize and get the interception. Almost a pick 6. Shout out to Saunders Jr. with that interception, man. And he took it back for a lot of yards on that. That was beautiful. As I mentioned, then that pressure is going to do that. It's like if you're generating constant pressure and the quarterback's just getting the ball out quick, he's going to make a mistake. And there it is. Literally tried to just not take a sack. So, hey, let me just throw it like some Jameis Winston stuff. Somebody's going to be open. Dolphins were able to capitalize. And that will probably lead into the Dolphins running out the clock. So probably no touchdowns for Quinn Ewers. Not that splashy game like he had last week. But Dolphins picked up a win. Listen, as there are some good, there are some bad things that they put on tape. But at the end of the day, man, you got out of this game without really injuries to your top guys. So it's a positive. All right. You put good things on tape. You put bad things on tape that you're going to clean up. You saw some good things from Malik Washington. As I mentioned, the pass rush. You saw good things from Taj. And even though you gave up a lot of sacks, you didn't have any major injuries take place. All right. Tua stayed healthy. Ollie Gordon stayed healthy, even though he got banged up. Thankfully, he's all right. Savai Naya, Patrick Paul, Zach Sealer, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, all remain healthy. So, and now with the extra week off, that'll give an extra week to those guys who didn't play. The Jordan Brooks, right? The Kenneth Grants of the world. And also buys a little bit more time for Tyreek to recover from his oblique injury and Devon A. Chandler with his calf injury. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting week. Remember, cuts happen on Tuesday. So it'll be pretty interesting to see if Channing Tindall makes the team, even though he's had a strong game. As I mentioned earlier, 100,000 times, McClendon, who I freaking want to make the team, Dickerson, Grayson Murphy, Quentin Bell, Cameron Good. Those are the guys that are potential of not making the team. Patrick McMorris, I think he definitely gets cut. Isaiah Johnson, Ethan Robinson, Armstrong. Will they make the team? Right? So Dolphins had the ball, a minute 52 remaining. Quinn Ewers does take over here. Probably going to run out this clock, I would assume. Jaguars do have timeouts. They have 2. First play is a run, and the Jaguars do indeed throw a timeout. So looking at the replay, yeah, Saunders Jr., man, that was a hell of a defensive pick. That was amazing. Very, very good. Very good. I will say the Dolphins team on the bench has been fired up. I feel like every time they showed them on the screen, every time somebody makes a play, it looks like they don't even wait. They're not sitting down and then jumping up. It seems like they've been on their feet the entire freaking game. And we talk about culture, right? I'll tell you, that looks good. I like that. I like that. Literally just standing up, rooting for you guys the whole entire time, not even sitting down, rooting for somebody else's success. I mentioned that earlier about Jalen Phillips, right? Training camp, talking up Chop Robinson, saying Chop is going to be a beast, and that's his backup. And then fired up when McClendon makes a play, like rooting for somebody else's success. All of you guys just up there cheering, like that's awesome, man. Those are some things I didn't even see last year during the regular season. You know, I hate to say it, but even Tua, man, when he was out with his concussion, he was just standing there at all these games with his shades on, just with his hands in his pocket, not even talking to Skyler, not even talking to Huntley. Like, The vibes are just super weird. Not to say that the vibes are all fixed now, but that to me, it looks good, man. It's the little things, man. Got to value the little things, especially when you are a team like the Dolphins who've had such bad luck. Like, value the little things. You never know. Maybe the tide is turning. We will definitely see. We will see. We will see how it goes. But man, overall, at least the Dolphins look like they're going to pick up a victory and end this on a high note. Would that be? Yeah, so let's check out the what's Quinn Ewers at right now. Yeah, 4 for 5 for 39 yards still. As I mentioned, each quarterback has gotten sacked twice thus far. But here we go. So 1 minute 47 left. Quinn Ewers, quick throw. Oh, wow. First down to Champlin on a nice little, it seems like a kind of a little screen there, a little dump off pass for a first down. That'll boost up his stats. So 5 for 6 for 53 yards, 14-yard gain for Quinn Ewers. And now with the Jaguars with only one timeout, that should be enough to do it. Dolphins will wind down the clock. And it doesn't look like they're going to take a knee. Is Quinn going to throw here? Oh, he is. He's throwing. Oh, and a nice first down to Theo Weiss. That's a guy who had chemistry with him last week, as I mentioned. I haven't heard his name much. One catch prior to that. Now he picks up his second reception for a first down. Nice delivery. Again, perfect accuracy from Quinn Ewers. Keep mentioning his accuracy. He's freaking awesome. And that sets up first and goal, but the Dolphins probably interesting to see how they play it. So 40 seconds left. First and goal. And are the Dolphins going to kneel this game or use this as like a situational advantage here to see if Quinn Ewers can deliver a late touchdown with the clock running down, first and goal? Why not? I would do it. It's preseason. Like, what are you going to do? Get mad? I mean, we're working on situational things in the preseason with our third quarterback. It's not like we're running up the score on purpose. We're working on situations here. I hope they go for it. You don't have to knee it. And it looks like the Dolphins are going to try to score here. So first and goal, 40 seconds left. Dolphins have 2 timeouts. Quinn Ewers is under center. Quinn Ewers at this point, 7 of 8 for 66 yards. You know, boosting the stats a bit. And here we go. So ball at the 10. Clock is running. Ewers drops back. Quick throw for a gain of about 2. That's second and goal at the 8. That was a completion to Weiss. And the time is running. It doesn't look like McDaniel will call timeout, and this should do it. And yeah, this will do it. So the Dolphins win 14-6. They end off the preseason finale with a W. And man, like I mentioned, man, some positives, I will say. Some negatives, but some positives as well. But there's plenty of things that the Dolphins have put on tape to definitely clean some things up. Listen, the cuts are Tuesday. I will have a video. Alan Poupart is going to join me, so I will have a video next week talking about the Dolphins 53 and the expectations for the season. So keep it locked in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. And remember, I will have more Dolphins coverage throughout the season. Dolphins win. Tua picks up a touchdown. People leave the game healthy. What else can you ask for? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys next time. Appreciate all of you. And let's just say good luck to everybody who makes the 53. See you guys soon.